Hello everyone, cncHD here and welcome to a live stream. Long time not see here. Hey Philipp, schön, dass du da bist. Schön, dass du hier eingeschaltet hast. Dank dir für dein Hallo. Ja, war schon lange nicht mehr hier. Wasn't here in a long time. Very long time indeed. Today we will look at the replay of the week of gamereplays.org to determine which was the best replay from the submitted replays. We have 4 of them, and today we will look through all of these 4 and decide which of these 4 is the best. Okay, so without any further ado, I will jump into the stream and just checking here on the settings that everything is all right. But it looks all right. Okay. Let's turn on the music and the sound. And we will jump into the first replay I have already prepared. The table here on the top. So the first one is Anon versus MP3, submitted on gamereplays.org. And here we are looking at 4 of these replays today. And this will be the first one. So let's jump right into it. Here on the map Vendetta, we have on the top position the Nuke General of MP3. And on the bottom side we have also the Nuke General of Anon. Both players are pretty good, and they know their stuff. They know exactly what they do. So I will be very excited to see this match here in action. Vendetta is a very great map. I really love this map. I think it was scheduled and drafted by the one and only Relax, and finalized by the man MP3. So the one who we see on the top. I think he is the map creator, together with Relax. Pretty sure of it. So we have a double supply here and an airfield. All right. In the Nuke Mirror, an airfield is a good strategy to stop the early incoming battle masters. But as soon as it gets spotted by the enemy, you will have lots of Gatling tanks on your back. Hey, Heiko Magic, thank you very much for joining me tonight in this stream. Also, thank you very much for the subscription, Heiko Magic. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Also, hello Philipp, hello Lars, Bergot and Blutgott. Welcome in the Twitch Chat. Grüßt euch, schön, dass ihr hier seid. Habt einen tollen Abend hier. Okay, here on the top side we have double supply, double war factory, so a standard nuke build order. Yes, last Bergot, everything is alright, and yeah, I've been quiet for quite some time here. But now I'm back with GameReplays.org, commentating all these great replays. There's the Helix. MP3 is now aware of the strategy of Mr. Anon. And MP3 will react to this directly with Gatling tanks. Helix doesn't seem to be well on the approach to his enemy. So the strategy with the fast Helix is to directly ambush your enemy and counter the Battlemasters. But so far the Helix has not done anything, except for destroying one listening outpost. Anon now has these tanks in his base. He has one Battlemaster. Listening outpost should be no problem to deal with that Helix. One Gatling in countering here. Helix is badly damaged. And so far it's looking pretty great for MP3. Bird supply center going up for Anon. And Helix needs to be repaired. Anon now pumping out Battlemasters on his own, but currently it's looking pretty good for MP3, who's also on 3 supply centers. There's a Battlemaster inside of the base of MP3 doing some good amount of damage here, destroyed the dozer. There's still one dozer left here on the right side, so MP3 on 1 dozer remaining before he gets dozer hunted. On the bottom side for Anon we have 2 dozers. So Anon is completely out of danger, but MP3 on just 1 dozer. But MP3 is doing more aggressive moves here. So he's currently in favor in this match. Dragon Tank taking care of that Battlemaster, or maybe not. Alright, everything handled here. On the left side, 2 Helixes coming in and a Battlemaster. And MP3 should be completely aware of it. Currently rebuilding his base, bringing in these Gatling tanks to counter these Helixes. Nice counter. Oh, 5, 6 Gatling tanks. That's a massive deal against 2 Helixes. And since there's just 2 Battlemasters, MP3 should have this in his hand to defend successfully. Bit of splash damage. He needs to repair these Gatlings ASAP. And we should now see Black Lotus coming onto the battlefield as soon as possible, capturing these 2 Eldrics on the right side. 3 Helixes now on the battlefield. Getting Kurama hypes here. He's also mostly doing this thing. Thank you very much for subscribing, Lars Bergot. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Also, there seems to be a hype train. I never encountered this in the Twitch. Great to see it. First time for me seeing a hype train on their own channel. Okay, Helix is coming in from the right now. There is no Black Lotus in sight yet, but there is one now. There is no Gatling on these Helixes, I believe. So Black Lotus has free range here. And yes, last Bergot, 1 more subscription is needed for level 2. I have no idea how this hype train works. Absolutely no idea. And we have a Black Lotus on the bottom side from Anon. Counter Black Lotus. And a massive army here from MP3. Helix is moving to the left side now. But running into a massive field of Gatling tanks. I think he will lose at least 1 Helix there. Oh, that was very close. But I think if the Helixes now move in, he should be able to get through here. Command center is up, so getting Dozer hunted. The danger is now gone for MP3. We have a 4th supply center now for Arnon. Nicely placed bunker. Helix should be going down. No, he's still surviving. Nice EZM here in the mix, deflecting all the missiles. And on the right side, we have to fight for the oil racks. I believe both Lotuses are standing there. Or one Lotus moved into the base, I don't know. But one is here. Oh, both are here. Okay, so we have both Lotuses here. Alright. One is getting killed, I think. Yeah, one Lotus died. And Arnon is taking care of the battlefield now. Helix is destroying the 3rd supply center. Gatling's getting into position. They have no chain gun upgrade. For some reason I cannot scroll in. I should really. I have no idea how to do this. I need to handle this after the stream. Because currently I cannot scroll in for some reason. Has to do something with my Gentool settings. But we can live like that. Okay, massive Overlord army is moving to the bottom. Against a massive Overlord army by Arnon himself. So he's well prepared against this encounter. One oil rig wiped out of existence. Helix is going in. There is no Gatling here yet. A nuke silo is being built here, but is now getting cancelled. Finished off here by Arnon, I think. I want to say. Can they finish it in time? Oh, it survives. No, it doesn't. And it's gone. Massive army of MP3 is moving back. The 2 Helixes are escaping, but damage has been done. Silo is gone. And the Helix will go down, both of them. Nicely done. But losing this nuke silo was 5,000 worth of cash. And no upgrades had been developed through that. Bomber is incoming. And we do have a war factory here. Second one. No, a third one. Third war factory for Arnon. Bomber was caught in time. A bit of a salami tactic in here. MP3 getting some nice pickoffs here on 2 overlords. This is a bit of a misplay by Arnon. Sending his units in one by one. Getting some sort of snake position there. Propaganda center gone. And I think the Helix has also got command center there on the top by looks of it. Because he's currently rebuilding it. Or a Lotus captured it. I think a Lotus captured it. We have another Lotus here of MP3. And we have the nuke mix for Arnon now. And nuke mix are pretty strong against Overlord tanks. Okay, artillery barrage incoming from MP3 on the war factory, I believe. One of them. One of these 3. Nuke Big's doing a great job here. They can one-shot a Overlord tank with the right angle. I think that one will hit pretty nice. Yep, it does. Supply center and airfield gone. Airfield needs to be rebuilt. And there is no airfield there any longer for Arnon. Oh, we have a cash steal here on the right side. MP3 stole some cash. And we have a white Overlord tank because of the ECM. Disabling the Overlord, giving it a buck, turning it into white mode. Okay, MP3 took some heavy losses here. And Arnon is now in a good position to fight back and send all his stuff to the top. There is currently only 2 Gatlings in here. And Arnon has 3 Overlords by himself on his own. No propaganda tower though for the repair. There's still one oil derrick here for MP3. Needs to be wiped out of existence as soon as possible. Okay, Nuke Silo being rebuilt again. And Lotus also running around here. So far looking pretty decent for Anon. But there can always be a turn back again. Oh, nice mines here. And this will be a difficult engagement here for MP3, but he has a promoted Overlord tank, so he does pretty good damage. As we can see here right now, Nukebix incoming, sending the Overlord into the sky. Now bouncing around here. And Anon is in a retreat mode. Nukemix are very powerful here. Okay, that's nice. Recapturing the oil derrick. And we have a capture on the left side on the Nuke Silo, and it's getting captured. Nuke Silo gone, but Anon gets the 2,500 back. Bomber on the supply center, finishing it with the supply truck. That's a lot of supply trucks here on the top. Mix up in the sky again for Anon, and he's pumping out a lot more Overlord tanks. This will be a created. Wow, absolutely created. Not losing a single MiG in this encounter. Alright, 3 Overlord tanks against 2 Overlord tanks, but these 2 are promoted. Okay, now you should turn back and keep this Overlord tank alive with 1 health point. I think he will lose this one. But keeping this one alive is very important, as it's 3-star promoted and does a lot of damage. Oh, on the Nuke Mix! Oh, almost hit it. That was a pretty close call. Now he needs to keep these Nuke Mix up in the air, or he has a second airfield. Okay, this works as well. Black Lotus on the capture again on the oil derrick. It's switching between these players on and on. And Lotus here on the right side, so both Lotuses here on the battlefield on the right side. And MP3 now in defense mode. These Overlords need to return, and it's good that MP3 kept all these Overlords alive. I think he lost one on the right side. Didn't catch it. But these Nuke Mix can be deadly, especially this one 2-star promoted Nuke Mix. Recapture here on the oil. On the dozer also. Only got the dozer. That was an unlucky hit. Could have been better. Only got the dozer there. Alright. Seems like the game is slowing down now, as both players getting less and less money. Look at that. Look at that. MP3 is stealing money here from his opponent, getting 1k sweet cash there from that supply center. Nice hit with the Nuke Mic. Anon not in a good position here, losing all his 3 Overlord tanks. That's 6,000 worth of cash lost right there. I think Lotus stole another K and now running away. So she paid for herself there to the 2 cash steals. Have a Lotus here on the left from Anon. Getting in position. And oil derrick again switching colors. Both players shooting artillery barrages at each other. This one will hit on the propaganda center. Almost got a Nuke Mix. Airfield and propaganda center gone. And on the bottom side we can see that Anon has no propaganda center also. Okay, now this time it's getting destroyed. No, it's staying alive still. Still alive. Propaganda center being rebuilt. You look at the cash, we can see 4k for MP3 and 4k for Anon, so both are pretty much on the same amount of cash. Anon also now rebuilding his prop center. Fight of the Nuke Bigs here, getting 2 of them with 1 shot, that was nice. And another one. And another one. It was a nicely placed Gatling tank there. Airfield gone due to the nuke bomber. And Black Lotus standing here capturing the war factory. But Anon is reacting in time, but he doesn't have any units here to counter the Black Lotus. He's now sending everything back. MP3 countering this with his 3-star promoted Overlord tank. He's definitely capable of destroying these 2 Overlords. I don't think this Lotus will live on for long. She's still getting the propaganda center though. Nice. And she stays alive with 1 HP. Oh, almost got it. Almost got her. 1 HP. Okay, what will MP3 do now? He still has some cash to grab. Not this one, but this one. Then he's mined out. On the bottom we have 6k worth of cash for Anon still remaining to be mined. But both need to switch to hackers. I don't see any hacker here. But I see a Black Lotus hacking. Okay, fight of the Overlord tanks. And MP3 has the upper hand here. He should move in and destroy these Overlord tanks now. Nice hit with the nuke mic. And we got a destroyed helix here on the bottom of the nuke silo. Nice hit. And not sure why MP3 is not moving in. He has pretty much a decent force here. Should be able to move in here. 3 Overlord tanks, that should be enough. And Anon knows he's on the edge and he sends his tank hunters from the bunkers down to the base to defend it. Caught it off guard here. Didn't catch it, I mean. Missed it a bit. This would have been a nice target and then come in with the Overlord tanks and wipe out these disabled Overlord tanks. This would have been nice. Unfortunately missed the opportunity. And this should be definitely enough. And we have 2000 cash stolen here by MP3. It's not looking good for Anon. Not sure why MP3 is moving back again. There's an EMP coming in or a mine drop, I don't know. And we have a bomber. Oh, mine drop, okay. Nice nuke mix on the Overlord. Airfield being destroyed, barracks as well. We have hackers for MP3, by the way. No. Both players don't have any hackers. I think this bomber will miss its target. Or doesn't reach its target. And I do think if MP3 goes in now, he will have the match in his hand. Also has a Black Lotus here. It's just 1 Helix and 2 Overlords to stop this attack. And there are all 4 Overlords with 1 promoted one. For MP3, he has this easy in his hands. Nuke mix come in to support the attack. 3-star Overlord tank should be the main priority to destroy. And he destroys it. Sad that MP3 doesn't have any anti-air units inside this army, and that is what his fault was in this attack. He lost all his 4 Overlord tanks, wasn't able to bring down this Helix. That was unfortunate. Okay. War factory gone, Helix gone. If he had this Gatling tank in his army, then he would have been able to take down this Helix. Artillery barrage and an EMP now incoming by Anon. I do believe it's an EMP, I don't know. It's an EMP. And there was also a cash steal here by Anon. Counter attack here now on the right side with this Overlord tank. 2-star promoted. There's nothing MP3 can do against this now. He needs to destroy this ECM tank ASAP. Good job. Okay, Overlord goes flying, but will stay alive as he landed on his feet. Oh, they do not have an airfield, so they need to fly around here. And he needs to rebuild an airfield. Hello, Ines Arslan. Welcome to the stream on YouTube. I think this is his last remaining force up in the sky. And he doesn't have any cash for an airfield. So this Overlord tank, 3-star promoted, is a pain in his neck right now. He will get both of these reactors. Nicely done. Well placed. Gets an airfield. Which means these MiGs in theory can land on the bottom airfield now. I mean, they shouldn't land there because it's death, but could have landed there. Yeah, they cannot attack the Overlord tank because they are out of ammunition. And this one Gatling tank cannot do the job. So this seems to be game over for MP3 unless he takes out a bomber now. Or an EMP or whatever. To take out this one Overlord. But yeah, this looks really dark. But good job on MP3's side keeping these MiGs alive. Oh, we have 2 hackers here on the battlefield. And this will be general promotion gone. MiGs coming in on the top now from Arnon. Targeting the dozer. No, that just we're targeting something. And it seems to be the death of MP3 now. He surrenders his MiGs. Only 2 tanks remaining. No chance to deal with this Overlord tank. Only the defensive nuke will be able to deal with this Overlord tank now. Yeah, this Gatling tank is just there. Yeah, this is over. Well fought by Arnon here. Bringing the game to a victory for him. MP3 is still holding on to his 2 remaining tanks and the Gatling here on the bottom, which is now pulverized. And we should soon see the GG here coming from MP3. And Nuke Silo is out of power. No more shooting for this building. I mean, what does he want to do with these 2 tanks still? He needs a miracle to destroy this Overlord tank. And there we go. MP3 has been defeated. Victory for Mr. Arnon. Alright. Both are pretty much on the same amount of cash collected. And yeah. Also 89 units for Arnon, 88 units for MP3. Almost the same number on the units created. So, I do have to rate the games today with you as the viewers. I would say this is a 7 out of 10. I would rate it. So let's say 7 out of 10, because we still have 3 more replays to rate. And today will be the stream to determine the replay of the week. So that was a nice game. Very entertaining to watch. Submitted by MP3. Arnon versus MP3 on Vendetta. Next replay is going to be the one and only Excal versus Majesta. So let's go here into the table and switch these players. We have Excal, and on the right we have Majesta. And Excal in this match will be fighting as the Laser General. And Majesta will fight as the infantry general. This will be the match we will see right now. And Goran says, MP3 had 2 Gatlings and he let them go first and die. If he just let them stay back, it would be an easy win for him. Yeah, I mean, MP3 did a few mistakes there, which cost him the game. Especially with the 4 Overlord tanks in the middle of the game, which had no Gatling support, and then the Helix just came in and wiped out the 4 Overlord tanks. That was unfortunate. Okay. Second match, again on Vendetta. We have, on the bottom side, the infantry of Majesta in the orange color. Let's fix this up. Orange color here for Majesta, and we have, of course, the purple. Excal is always fighting in the purple. On the top, the laser general of Excal. And hello, Mr. Yorkshireman on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. And hello, Killer. Welcome. So, let's go into the second match. Excal versus Majesta. Laser versus Inf. I expect to see a lot of Humvees from Excal. Maybe a drop. But I don't think you drop an infantry. And Majesta, of course, going for the infantry. I mean, what else can he do? War Factory Barracks, Humvee, spam enabled. Standard program for a USA against an Inf. To Chinox, sending 1 to each crate to get the maximum amount of cash collected. And here on the bottom side we have 2 supply centers and 1 war factory, 1 barracks and a bunker. You could have also gone for a 3rd supply center, but this is really risky, especially against such a good player as Excal, so going for 3 supply centers is way too risky. Yeah, Goran, he could go for a mix. That is correct. He could go for mix. Instead, he's going for a full listening outpost. Ambulance is seeing this. Excal is scouting. Getting a nice detection here. Laser locking the listening outpost. Greatly done. Doing some nice damage here and putting it into the red health point position, which makes the movement slower. Really creative rush, by the way, with the ambulance. Never saw such a rush here before. Very creative. Okay. Supply trucks eradicated due to an ambulance. That was a very creative rush. I need to remember this for my next USA play. Oh, he's going for the Overlord tank. In the meantime, we have the listing outpost here on the top. And we have flashbang rangers for Mr. Excal. Yeah, these tank hunters will have a hard time against the tank hunters. The rangers. Really nice play here with the ambulance and the missile defender. Almost taking out half of the base on itself. I think he will be able to manage to bring down 1 chopper. No. Stays in the air. Next listing outpost on the left side. Dealt with already. And this medic is now gone, but dealt a massive amount of damage. Prop center now going up at the 3-minute mark for Majesta. And Excal in a really extremely good position. And Goran says, yeah, ambulance is resistant to rockets, and that is correct. Which makes them very powerful against rockets. But I never saw such an ambulance rush against an infantry. Usually you see them against a GLA. But against an infantry, I think this is a very creative rush. Okay. Inf now on the move. This listing outpost will not survive for long, but he gets back in time. Good for him. That's a massive amount of Humvees here. Maesta needs an airfield soon to deal with these Humvees. Ranger here to deal with the tank hunters, no problem. Prop center is out. ECM's now coming into onto the battlefield. Lotus now here to get the sweet cash. And we do have another attack on the right side, crushing 2 Humvees here, but losing all the army here in the trade-off. Here, bomb ticking on the building. Okay, Humvees here to detect the Lotus. Lotus disabling one of these Humvees. Good decision to go inside that building. Lotus on the edge here will be killed here soon. Oh, survives with 1 HP. Very difficult to counter here for both players. You can see the sweat coming from the head of both players here. They are really sweating like crazy here with the amount of micro they are putting into this. And yeah, Goran says an airfield would be nice against these groups of Humvees, and I agree. Oh, Colonel Burton now here on the battlefield. ECM taking care of the missiles, deflecting them. Nice job. And 2 managed to get through. The strategy center now in danger, will be destroyed. And those are also in danger here. Strategy center now gone. But also the army of Maesta now gone. But nice engagement nonetheless. Oh, Colonel Burton is such a good addition here to this army. Such a good addition. Sweating already, mom spaghetti. Yes, Goran. Dragon tank coming in here from the left. But there is a fire base. This will be a hard encounter here for Maesta. In the middle, we do have more listing outposts and an ECM tank. This flamer is running into its death once the laser lock comes in, and there it goes. Lotus also now coming in to get a sweet capture here on one of these buildings. But if Excal knew, he has a Humvee now here, and he is detecting a Lotus, and Lotus will be shot. Can escape. Burton is not getting her. But next Humvee is incoming, and this will be the end for Lotus. Had potential, but is now gone.
Search and destroy.
Do we have an airfield yet? No. But we have a command center for the infantry general. Both are on rank 2. Command center also now going up for Excal. This is a massive amount of Humvees here. And there is no airfield and mix to counter this. This will be a hard play for Maesta to counter these Humvees with just 1 ECM. Lots of troops thrown into the meat grinder here on the left. He almost got the strategy center. Gets the Chinooks. That's nice. 2,400 cash wasted there for Excal, and strategy center gone again. Second time. Yeah, that's a nice finish off. We're still missing the mix. Okay, 1 Aldrich has been destroyed, and 1 is getting destroyed now. Black Lotus comes in again. Black Lotus the second. Younger sister of the first Lotus. It's good that he has the ECMs in the mix. Really helps against these rockets. A10 now on the move. Nice play. Getting this propaganda center almost a bunker. shows how weak a bunker actually is against an A10. There's a dangerous situation here now for Maester. Excal surprisingly not going in. Lotus still standing here waiting for the strategy center. Maybe Excal is waiting for the strategy center as well. Yes, he was waiting there. Got the listening outpost there in the meantime. And strategy center gone again the third time. Very painful for Excal to deal with. Oh, sniper now on the battlefield. Nice. Which means Excal on rank 3, Maester on rank 2. Strategy center the 4th, going up. Alright, all wrecks are all gone. Maester going for the next attempt on his takedown of Excal. And we do have mix now up in the sky. 4 of them. Black napalm upgraded and enabled, which is really good to see. Goran says it's GG now. Let's see about that. Oh, that was a misplay. Flying directly into the Avenger. Losing both of these mix. Oh, I need to drink something. My throat is getting destroyed here. That mic cost me my throat. My voice. Alright. Still 2 mix up in the sky. That's a massive amount of Humvees. Strategy center the 4th is finished. And there it comes. And Maester is not evacuating, but it's good for him he's not evacuating because there are snipers in the Humvees. Good attempt here with the mix, got 1 Humvee. Only lost 1 MiG. And I think I heard the Lotus being shot there. Excal now slowly eating his way through here. Mix going up into the sky again. We have 3 airfields now on the battlefield. And there comes the mix swarm. But that's a lot of Avengers here. Needs to be very careful here with this encounter. 2 Avengers is no joke. Now this is a big problem here for Maester. There comes the mix swarm. Going directly onto the Avengers. Losing a massive amount of mix here. I think 3 of them. Almost 4. Only got like, I don't know, 1 Avenger. I think only 1 Avenger was destroyed there. Reinforcements incoming, also an Avenger. No supply drop zone yet for Excal. He has the money upgrade, so he gets 10% more cash. And we have no hackers for the infantry. So no secondary economy yet. Supply center and bunker been taken out. I think it was a bunker, not sure. But 2 buildings being taken out there. Bomber incoming. Will he get the Humvees? He will get at least 2 Avengers. Oh, that was a nice hit. And now the big swarm comes in. Finish off 3 of these Humvees and the 4th one gets destroyed by listening outpost. That was a nice and sweet bomber. With the mix topping it off. That was a sweet attack there. Artillery barrage on the Strut Center, I believe. Strut Center the 4th is holding on. And suddenly it looks pretty good for Maester. This 1 bomber got him up again in this match. But Excal is Excal. He's slowly rebuilding. The master of comebacks is still coming back here. Mixed swarm again incoming. Against 1 Avenger. Goes for that Avenger. Doesn't lose any mic. Good encounter. These missile defenders are a bit of a problem here. Ah, okay. Thank you, Goran. It was a barracks and a supply. Shot by the A-10 here on the left. So, supply and a barracks. Thank you, Goran, for checking. Much appreciated. These snipers are a pain. Oh, this one MiG is really hurting. Okay, 2 more Avengers. Ready to take down these MiGs. Nice shot here with the MiGs, but losing 3 in the attack. Was this worth the attack? I don't know. I wouldn't say so. Okay, the question is, will Xcal be able to defend this and fend this off? 3 Avengers is a pretty big number. But 3 ECMs on the other side. Good counter against these missile defenders. I don't know if he has any minigunners inside there. He shouldn't go for the crush. Otherwise he kills himself with the splash damage. Good shot on the snipers with the rockets. It's a pain to deal with. Bomber incoming. Getting 1 Avenger there on the get-go. You sound like a StarCraft 2 player, says Killer. I mean, I was a StarCraft 2 player before. And I watched a lot of HD StarCraft. I got inspired there with the name, cncHD, HD StarCraft. I mean, it's a bit of inspiration here. And there comes the big swarm again, directly here on the War Factory. There is no Avenger inside, and War Factory has been burned. Troop crawlers now in the play. He needs these against all of this death blob right there. Pretty good looking for the infantry general. The Avengers also a bit light up here by an ECM. You can see it by the color. 2 A-10s on the move. Making their way to the airfield, I believe. One of these 2. There it goes. It will be easy for Majesta to rebuild it, and he does it directly. Cancelling the internet hack center and rebuilding the airfield. It's pretty difficult for Xcal to fend off this attack. Oh, look at this cash steal right there. This is balls of steel from Majesta. Putting this building into the face of Xcal, saying, hey, I'm here, you are not. But he pays for it with a listening outpost. Okay, these soldiers should really run before they get shot into their balls. Yeah, I like this. Good thing he cancelled the supply center. Good thing he didn't build a command center there. I mean, some players do this. Like Fargo, for example. And there's a big swarm again. I love MiGs. Especially 8 of them. And they will go for the burn on the soldiers. No, they don't. They do. They don't. They do. They do. Nice. Nice shot on these soldiers. Only lost a single MiG. And then he decided to go into this mess again and lost 3 more. Shouldn't have done this. That was a misclick. He was much better off with just losing 1 MiG. Okay, encounter on the left side now. Firebase is a pain, which he can deal with. Xcal seems to be a bit in trouble here. Only staying on 2 more buildings. Building a third now. He is low on cash. Xcal struggling a lot now. There comes the MIG play again. Okay, let's see how Xcal is going to pull this off. He still has a decent amount of troops here. Again, this dozer? Why? This dozer driver has big balls. He's standing here on the front line for a second time now. Such huge balls. Look at all these hackers here. Hacking there. Being invisible to the public. And a few more hackers here. And yeah, 2 packs of hackers. Which Xcal cannot see. Yeah, Xcal now being mined out here on the top. Only has these supplies remaining. Which are... Again? It's the 3rd time now. Majesta is really desperate to mine out these supplies of Xcal. So that Xcal doesn't have any supplies to mine from. Oh, mix incoming again. Oh, losing a lot of mix. Holy shit. That was 4 mix. For destroying 1 Avenger. That was a hefty punch in his face. Okay, attack coming in again on the command center. Command center in danger. Xcal needs to keep this thing alive. That's the heart of his base. And the A10 comes in and saves the day. Oh my god, this was a sweet A10. That was nice. Well done. Such a legend. And supply center getting sold. Bomber on the command center. Command center is being taken out. Xcal on 3k cash, but without the command. We're building it now. Mix incoming. Oh, again. Such a waste. Such a waste. But getting the supply center was worth it. As there is 0 income for Xcal now. This was really worth it with the mix. This dozer is something. He's now paying with his life for it. But this dozer is so brave. He even survives it. Oh my god, he survives it. Okay, now he's dead. I thought this dozer is going to remain in this match still. Goran says he should place a bunker there first, then get a supply, and then it's really over. Xcal would be cut off the only supply on the map. Yeah, with a bunker here first, this would have been good. Okay, Xcal slowly getting some money back, but he is fighting against a big overwhelming enemy here right now with lots of hackers, lots of mix. And an EMP on the supply choppers. Oh, that's a nice shot with the EMP. The Avengers not being able to deflect. And this is the whole army of Xcal gone. That was a nice EMP. Really paid off for itself. Those gone. This is the death of Xcal. Such a great match. This was big GG here by Xcal. Really nice match. Oh, this is really hard to rate. I would rate it the same as the one before. But just a tiny bit better. A tiny little bit. So let's say 7.5 out of 10. With the first one being a 7 out of 10. But it's really hard to rate, man. This is a top-notch play here from all the players we have seen so far. Really nice match. Well fought here by both players. Okay, this will bring us to the third match. First needed to drink something. Okay, third match on Dralum Desert. This one will be... 1 second. The next one will be Mr. Truck against Killer. And Truck will fight as an Air Force against Killer as an Air Force. An air mirror it is. Alright. So let's go into this match. Check the colors first. We have the green for Killer. Let's make him green. And we have Truck as blue. And maybe I switch them. No, I leave it like this. Okay. So, let's go into this match. We are on Dralum Desert, created by Millard. We have the Air Force on the bottom in green, and we have the Air Force in blue by Truck. Killer versus Truck. Okay, Goran says, I think it was a bit more suspenseful for sure. Yeah, I agree. I had a lot of nice moments with the mix. Really intense. And I'm really looking forward to this match here right now. So, 2 supply centers, command centers being kept alive, which is recommended in an air mirror, especially if both players go for airfields, which we do see here right now. We could see a Comanche build or a King Raptor build, or both. So let's see. King Raptor play would be awesome, of course, for a classic air mirror. So pretty much the same build order here from both players. I think this cash gives like 200 or something. So not much. We have 2 Oildrax here on this battlefield, by the way. We have 1 here and 1 here. And also let's not forget the 2 here in the middle. So we have 4 Oildrax. And a few supply crates in the middle as well. So a lot of cash can be collected here. Yeah, we do see King Raptors from Killer. Scouting the area here, going for the choppers. First blood. Getting 2 choppers already. And here on the bottom also 2 choppers went down by Killer. So 2 for 2. Both players on the same score. Now it boils down to who has the better micro of these 2. Next chopper goes down. And we'll soon see the revenge here by Mr. Truck. Comes in here with 4 King Raptors. On the airfield, destroys it with, I think, 1 King Raptor on the airfield. Nice shot there with the force fire on the edge of the airfield to destroy it. 4 King Raptors now off. Killer here on the move. Doing the same thing, getting 2 King Raptors here on the airfield. Nice. So I would say a Killer a bit ahead here by 1 kill or something. And we will see now a bit more chopper destruction, I think. No, power destruction. Okay, these King Raptors just chilling here, now going up into the sky again. Really intense fight so far. Those are hunting now. Can also be very efficient. Yeah, Oildrax should be destroyed ASAP. Killer also now going for the power. Those are playing hide and seek behind the supply center. King Raptor took out the ranger here. And Killer now going for the Eulerek here himself. Bit of a standoff here between these King Raptors. Really intense micro by both players. Nice stopping these Rangers from capturing. And it looks like Truck is now going for the move with 4 King Raptors here. I think he will take down another airfield. And there we go. Took out 1 King Raptor there on the go. And a split fire on one of the remaining airfields as a scaffold. So he took out 2 airfields there. And a King Raptor. Nice split fire there on the airfield. So a Killer now on 3 airfields. And no Eulerek has been captured yet, but both players are very close to it. Of capturing an Eulerek. Okay, more airfields going up for Truck as well. He's also now on 3. 3 more King Raptors moving in. Again, taking out an airfield. I think there were like 2 King Raptors on it. Split fire on the dozers. 1 dozer remaining here for Truck. Eulereks now in the capture. We have the first one here for Killer. And the second one here for Killer. And the third one here for Killer. So Killer on 3 Eulereks. Which is a 3k finder boost. In cash. War Factory survives this attack. Avengers can now come out. Or maybe not. Eulereks now under target. In a weird way. But he gets it. Laser guided missiles are installed for Truck, but not for Killer. Killer doesn't have these yet. Truck has these. We see a bunch more King Raptors flying here across the map. That's a huge swarm. First Sunvia out. Oh, nice hit on the airfield, getting 3 King Raptors there on the go. Okay, those are taken out. So here we have 3 airfields still and a war factory. 1 Eulerek remaining here on the top. Rangers going for it. Humvee here now in the move in. Getting this 1 King Raptor. Just barely. 3 more King Raptors moving in here by Truck. Getting this empty airfield. And now the King Raptors of Killer moving in. Getting the dozer. And almost the strategy center. More Rangers coming in here. It's like a swarm for this 1 Eulerek. This one is also still remaining. This Humvee is a hero. Killing, I think, like 2 King Raptors already. Bomber incoming on the airfield, which is empty. But getting it nonetheless. Spectre and Bomber of Truck now incoming. On an empty airfield. Spec gunship destroyed like 2 King Raptors there with an airfield. Could destroy this dozer now. No, it's empty. Such an intense play here between both players. Really, really intense. Okay, Killer seems to be searching for a target he can destroy. And on the bottom we do see another building being blown up here by the King Raptors. Killer very much concentrated on the base of Truck, destroying stuff everywhere here. No Comanche so far yet. Would be cool to see a Comanche. Picking off King Raptor there. That's a lot of Rangers, man. A lot of Rangers. King Raptor's coming in. Most likely on the airfield with a force fire. There we go. 3 King Raptors taken out. Truck in a difficult situation right now. He has a few Humvees. He's getting rid of these Rangers. But he has no King Raptors. And his opponent does have King Raptors. Nice Spectre gunship on the War Factory and the airfield. King Raptors on the bottom now. Going for these Humvees. One by one. And a bird now coming in. I do believe this is a Ranger drop. Yep, a Ranger drop it is. Lots of green in the blue base. Lots of Humvees here fighting. These King Raptors need to take care of these Rangers as quick as possible. Now Comanche would be great. Goran says, Truck had better micro, but Killer had better macro. This sums it up pretty well. Okay, going for the capture now. Good thing there is a Humvee taking care of these Rangers. I think the right airfield needs to be sold. We do have more Rangers here on the left being dropped off by a Chinook and a Spectre taking care of the War Factory in the meantime. More Humvees doing damage here in the base of Truck. More capture here. Oh, that was a nice crush. Truck slowly rebuilding his base, but Killer is all over the place. And there's the Comanche. Good to see it. He got the War Factory captured, but immediately lost it, but he got it captured. Which is great. Bomber incoming, and he also captured the supply center here. It's blue. Look at that. Bomber on the airfield gets 2 King Raptors here. Nice shot. Looking darker and darker for Truck. Counter bomber. On the airfield, which is empty. I don't think he should concentrate on Humvees, but more on the buildings. And have a few more Humvees in his base, I think. Yeah, he needs more Comanches to cover up his base, and the supply center still is there. A-10, Bomber, Spectre, everything is coming in now onto the base of Truck. All the big guns are being pulled out here. Massive damage being done here. Now the King Raptors could come in here and wipe out the rest of the buildings there. There's still a Comanche missing here. I think he will lose his strategy center. He tries with the split fire. Yeah, he will lose the strategy center. Needs to sell it. And he will lose the power. Humvee's coming in here now, doing some nice damage. Finishing most of the King Raptors. Missed his target. The leaflet. But I think Killer got this handled. That was a nice attempt. So we have 2 blue buildings now in the green base. A supply center and a reactor. Okay, Bomber and Spectre now coming in from Mr. Truck. On the airfields, getting 2 King Raptors here. And this one Alderac is still alive there, getting out the money for a killer. Look at this dozer. He's just standing there on the left. Okay, counter-attack now by killer. Truck doesn't seem to have a lot. He has a bomber. Or a leaflet. A leaflet it is. Bringing down these King Raptors. Nice play. There was a A10, I believe. This oil drake really needs to go. There's one oil drake there. And if you're searching for the imposter, the imposter is here. There's the imposter. Ranger drop. But this time the Humvees are there, so no problem dealing with this Ranger drop. Or you just ignore it. Okay, now he goes for it. Okay, finally the Alderac is being destroyed. Lots of Chinooks here to cover up the tow rockets. Oh. Ranger's still alive for some reason. Even getting a King Raptor there on a go. That was unexpected. But it survives with 1 HP. Killer now moves in with the Spectre and a lot of Humvees. These Chinooks should help immensely here. Oh yeah, and no. Goran, there's no Alderac left. It's destroyed. It's just a garrison building. Bomber finished off his own barracks. Not getting a single Humvee. And this looks like a win for killer now, I would say. No, it was not an oil. I also thought it's an oil, but it's not an oil. But looks like an oil on the map. Which is not. Yeah, I think he has truck on the balls. Don't see any comeback now from this. Spectre is doing the oh, that's the one of truck. A10 into nothing. Yeah, but this should be the end of truck now. There's just 2 Humvees remaining. Yeah, and now that's the end. Just these few buildings remaining, and of course the buildings in the base of Killer, which are now being sold. And Truck has been defeated. Killer emerges to victory. Oh, there was a 1 standing there the whole time. Didn't see it. So Killer now on 1 victory. He won us against Truck. Nice play. Really nice play here with the Emerald. Very intense. Compared to the first 2 matches, I would rate this lower. It was still a nice, great match. It was really intense, micro-intensive. But I would say the first 2 matches were a tiny little bit better from the engagements here. Still a nice match. I would rate it as 6.5 out of 10. So we have the first match, a 7 out of 10. Second match 7.5 out of 10, and this one is 6.5 out of 10. This is my personal opinion. If you have another opinion, please let me know. Alright, this was the match of Killer versus Truck. Great play. Need to drink something very quick. Alright, we are moving on to the fourth match, the last one for today. So let's go to the score and prepare it. We have on the left side Mr. Xcal again. And on the right side we do have Ninja. Xcal this time is fighting as the Stealth General, and Ninja is fighting as the Air Force. Okay, I think Xcal will be purple again. He's always purple. Okay, let's go into the match. And we're on the fourth one, Annihilation. On top we have the green Ninja, this Air Force, who's with a capital A, not a small a. And here on the bottom left we have the Stealth General of Xcal. We have the Annihilation map of Mr. Jundi. This is very typical here for Jundi with the scattered out supply drop zones. Very big map, really large. There's a lot of supply crates. Overall, I would say hard to defend against the GLA, as GLA can come in from all the flanks against the USA. But I'm not a pro, so I have no idea. Let's see how it will turn out. I always hated this map. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's too open. Yeah, GLA loves to do this in the middle with the tunnel. Dozer surprisingly didn't went for the crush. Now goes for the crush. And we will see a bit of a dance around the building, which I think Ninja will win, as he has wheels and Humvee. But Xcal achieved his goal by distracting Ninja. Okay, technical incoming with a worker inside, I think, to build this tunnel up. Needs to be very careful here against these Humvees. Will lose his 2 RPGs. And this tunnel will not build up. Good for Ninja. Let's look at the base. We have an arms dealer barracks. Second supply stash here on the bottom left. We have a terrorist there covering up the supply stash in case the air drops it. On the right side, tunnel was denied. Good play here by Ninja with the map awareness. He has the map under pretty good eyes.
Got my missile launcher right here.
Okay, Oildrek is now being captured here by Xcal, both of them.
Does it have to be so far?
We have 2 Oildreks for Xcal now and 0 for Ninja, which gives Xcal a good money boost. Third one is being captured, but not able to do so. There was a terror attack, but unable to detonate in between these Humvees. Firebase into good position. Xcal has a pretty good defense. I don't think he will have any problems with these Humvees. Especially with these squads inside. So let's see how Xcal deals with this. I mean, it's still a decent force here by Ninja. But Xcal should has this in his hands. With defense. And Goran says, I'm so happy they made 0-hour open source. I hope that means more people will come back to play it. Yes, I am on the same boat here. And we see Xcal pushing in here on the top right with a big force. While the big force of Ninja is in the base of Xcal. So they are both doing a bit of a base trade here. And you should never base trade with a GLA. As GLA can just rebuild with workers. So far Ninja is holding this off pretty good, but he now has 4 quads still in his base. Humvee's taking care of the second supply stash. Few Humvees getting sent back to base. Dozer's rebuilding a supply center. And Ninja is on 1 dozer remaining. Ninja also now going for the oil capture on both oil directs. Middle oil direct is not been captured yet. Both players are fighting hard for it. Workers getting chased away. There's a lot of tunnels there, which will chase away the Humvees. So main focus in the match will go on here in this corner of the map now. We can see that Xcal established a nice position here on the bottom right. He is gaining nice amount of resources from here. On the top left, this supply center is untaken. I think Ninja will be able to deal with these 3 quads with the 2 Humvees if he's careful enough. But he is in danger in losing the supply center. More quads coming in here from Xcal, but not in such a great position. In between the firebase and a lot of Humvees. So he loses everything. That was a good trade for Ninja. Good fend-off. Supply center was, I think, sold. Unlucky event for the Humvee. Okay. Looks pretty even between both players. With the difference that Xcal has 1 oil direct and Ninja has 2. But Xcal has the supply, but Ninja has the supply, so it's pretty even. Tunnel's getting crushed here in the middle. Middle was not being able to be secured by neither of these players. Oil direct is still there, untaken. And first oil direct of Ninja is getting nommed away by Mr. Xcal. Good thing there's a tunnel, so the quads can be put back into the tunnel easily. We lost 2, but it was a good trade-off to finish off the oil direct. Xcal now on the second corner of the map. Building up a space there. As has a tactical incoming for the strategy center with terrorists inside, I believe. Oh! Dozer got saved into the Chinook just barely. That was very close here. Also very close for the RPGs not being run over. I think he will be able to finish off the strategy center. And put in the strategy. There is another tactical from the right side. Dozer again tries to escape. There is a hijacker there, but was unsuccessful stealing this Dozer. But he's still standing there. Humvee has a spy drone now, can finish off the hijacker and has a sniper inside as well. Another Jeep incoming. Again going for the Dozer. And he doesn't get the Dozer. Was very close. So close. Which is the last Dozer, by the way. Ninja only has 1 Dozer. Was pretty decent. Oh. Almost got all the quads. Finished 3 of them. Was a good shot with the bomber. Xcal losing again. His supply stash down the bottom left. He still has 3 remaining. 1, 2 and 3. And the palace here up and going now. Attacked here on the top right. Dozer in danger again, but the Humvees can deal with this. Alderac remaining on the top. And Ninja also captured the one in the middle. Ninja will now scout out the position here on the top left. He has search and destroy in it. He has the satellite, the intelligence in it from the strategy center. Good thing he's stopping the palace now and not in 5 seconds when it was garrisoned. Was so close of being garrisoned. Jeep again coming in on the Dozer and gets it. Oh! That was the end of the last Dozer of Ninja. Ninja is Dozer hunted. How unfortunate. Extra losing one of his supplies, but it's no problem as a GLA. Bot incoming from the top, but should be no problem for the 3 Humvees there. Ninja should keep track of his buildings. If he loses one more building, he is in big danger. Okay, this will be lost on the supply center. I hope he sells it. He sells it in time. Excal in a strong position. Ninja on the toes here right now. He really needs to watch it. It's dangerous. Good thing he has rocket buggies now. I think he queued something with the palace, which he then lost again. Here's the chance to destroy the Alderac. He has big force here in the base of Ninja. Big blob. Arm Stealer's in danger. Ninja in a good position. Even though he lost his dozers. He shouldn't waste his Humvees there one by one into the quads. Oh, if he loses his barracks... No, he keeps it. Was good that he kept it. Otherwise he would have no barracks anymore. Oh, he loses the reactor. No more power for Mr. Ninja.
Low power.
Ninja with slow production now.
Congratulations, General. You have been promoted.
Excal on rank 3, Ninja on rank 5, but no command center. Palace is up here and running. No soldiers inside. Would be necessarily now, as the Humvees are coming in. Sadly, there's no RPG inside there. So this means the end for the bottom right base. And Humvees coming in here, but I think these Humvees will be wasted on the Stinger. Yeah, he lost everything there. It was a bit of a waste. Right side he will be able to destroy though. Bomber incoming. Can use it because of the strategy center as he's Air Force General. He needs to finish off this artillery base. So annoying. Excal now on just one position, which is top left. This is his last position. But Ninja on just these few buildings. Those aren't it, he cannot build any more buildings. If Excal goes for terror attacks, he should still be able to destroy Ninja. The right amount of terror attacks. But this is a scary amount of Humvees. Excal tries to rebuild, he's very broke on the money. Also very broke on the vision. And I believe this is a terror attack. Yeah, he's only going for terrorists now. Only thing he can do now. Oh, and there comes the Humvee swarm. Excal is about to lose his last remaining base. Oh, there's a devil trap. but he sees it. Combat Chinook also now on the battlefield. We rarely see them, but they are so nice. Especially against the GLA. Ooh, there was another demon trap. Got the ambulance there. Looking not good for X-Skull here. And there comes the Comet Chinook. X-Skull here with a sneaky tunnel build. And able to collect some supplies here if needed. Sneaky terror attack coming in. Needs to go for the war factory, which is his target now. But he will only be able to finish off the barracks. And a few units. But barracks stays alive. And this should be the last terror attack for X-Skull. The last remaining base of X-Skull is falling. That's the last remaining tunnel in the base. Arms still are gone. This should be the end of Mr. X-Skull. Ico Magic says GG, and I agree this should be the GG now. Don't see any comeback for X-Skull. Even not with these units. Ninja has too much.
Low power.
He did this really well. With no doses. X-Skull still holds on to what he has remaining with this one building left. These two rocket buggies, but there comes the swarm of death. And the Comet Chinook. And Lars Bergot says, wow, what a rearrangement. And yes. Re-engagement, sorry. Was a great match. 4 great matches for today. But I would rate this one the lowest. It had a good action inside. But I would rate this as 6.0. So the first match is a 7 out of 10. The second match is a 7.5 out of 10. Third match 6.5. And fourth match 6.0. Which puts the second match at first place. So congratulations to X-Skull and Majesta with their laser against Inf match on Vendetta for the replay of the week. Thank you all for submitting these replays. It were great matches. I really enjoyed these. And I hope you enjoyed watching these too. We will have next replay of the week next week. I'm not sure yet on which day we will do this. Maybe Friday or Sunday. I'm not sure yet. We will see. Hello, Notfallplan, by the way, in Twitch. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, if you want to submit your own replays to this contest, you can go to gamereplays.org and submit your replays there in the 0 Hour forum. For that you need a gamereplays.org account. And then we will go through the replays together and decide which one is the best to rate. So yeah, this sums it up for this week with the replay of the week. I thank you very much for watching. This has been a blast. And it's great to stream again after, I think, like 4 years of not streaming on this channel here. On YouTube, I mean, not Twitch. Twitch I streamed recently, but YouTube, I think I streamed the last time 4 years ago. Not sure. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. And till the next week, your cncHD. Goodbye.